Welcome, everybody, to the Living Oneness Gathering. I am your host and guide, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here once again with you, gathering with the shared intention to unite us in love for each other and our planet, to shift consciousness from head to heart, from fear to love, and also to remember the truth of who we are, to remember that we are not these individual people walking around randomly. We are actually part of one beautiful, brilliant source, and we are all individual expressions of that unique source energy. And we are here together to amplify and feel the energy and the light within us expand, and also to be that tuning fork and be that beacon of light and those messengers of love for everyone else in the world. So you're here to receive first and foremost. It's for you first, and then it's a ripple effect that goes out into the world as well. So whether you are intentionally working on that level or just gathering to receive because you're in that state of where you need some support and some love and some nourishment, consider this a beautiful blanket of loving embrace. And if you are needing to sink in and just feel that the depth of receiving today, then I'm glad you're here. And if you're here to receive and to extend, then I'm glad you're here. And the extension happens without you realizing it or not. There is no receiving without giving. There's no giving without receiving. Everything that you are doing to heal yourself, to align yourself, is having an impact, whether you realize it or not. It's always having an impact, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly, but it's always having an impact. So your intention to be here is your personal intention, and it affects the collective as well. It affects all of creation. That's the beautiful thing about this human life classroom. So today is interesting. So if some of you read my email when I sent it out for the reminder for this live gathering, you would have seen that there's something I'm going to share today that I've been working with, pondering, exploring, witnessing, observing, healing in the background, or working with in the background personally and professionally in a lot of ways. And I've never shared it with anyone in a public arena like this, in a public forum that goes out to as a podcast. Yeah, I've shared it in my inner circle calls and different mentoring calls along the way, just little snippets of it. I've never been guided to create a curriculum around it. I've never been guided to share the full picture of it until now. And there's a number of reasons for that. I don't feel that humanity was quite ready to understand it in the way that I'm prepared to teach it. And secondly, I wasn't ready to share it personally because there were elements of it that were holding me back as well. And I could feel it and sense it, but I couldn't quite get the full understanding or the full picture of it. And that only recently came in. So there's a readiness for me to share it. And then I feel like there's a readiness and almost a hunger for it, for people to understand it. And my invitation for you today is this topic or this information may be triggering, likely triggering for many people. So if you feel triggered by it, do your best to stick with me and hold steady, because I'm going to take you out the other side. I just need to explain it first, and then we're going to go through a journey where I'm going to help you clear how it is inside of you. And there's going to be an awareness that you're going to receive that is going to allow you to look at how you are in relationship to life and in relationship to others, and how you move through your relationship with money, with people, with everything, and how this syndrome is actually embedded in all of those things. This is going to empower you to be able to have the awareness to unravel from the the repetitive looping patterns that we're stuck in. It's like a perpetual prison that you may not even realize you're in until now. So I'm going to share, and I'm going to hold the space for everybody. And I just know that you're in a safe space, and that in this container that I'm holding for all of us and that we are holding together, this is a safe place to explore this syndrome. Now, after the call, if you still feel triggered or you still need support, reach out for support. Find a friend to talk to, counselor, psychologist, someone that you can trust. If you feel like you need to work with me privately to do some clearing around it or go in deeper, you can book a private session. But just know that there is support out there to help you unravel and unwind from this pattern in our collective consciousness and in our individual programming and consciousness as well. Okay. Do we all agree to that? And if you're like, I don't know, Sue, I'm like feeling like I got to get off right now. It's okay. If you feel really sensitive right now and you're just like, I don't think I can handle this, then maybe you're meant to listen to the replay, or maybe you're not meant to hear it yet. So trust yourself. If your heart is telling you to get off and not listen, then please honor that. If your intuition is telling you to stay on and you're afraid or you're resistant to stay on, I encourage you to stay on. And if that's too much for you to make that choice, you can make the choice for peace and step off. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to love you either way. It's all good. So either way, you're going to get this information, whether it's directly hearing it from me right now or indirectly through the collective consciousness. I've already been starting to work on it. I've already been changing it and working on it on a level that I've never worked on it before, because I never saw it before this way. Here we go. Bear with me. So I'm going to talk today about a topic or a container of programming that I call the prey predator syndrome. And for the longest time, I've talked about this in the context of how we are in relationship to each other. But in the last year, and particularly in the last couple weeks, I've seen it on a grander scale, on the macrocosm level. So microcosm level is at the level of the humanness, our individual selves moving through this life in our life classroom. And the macrocosm level is more on the universal level, on the level of creation, on the level of the field of potential. I'm working at that level all the time with the balanced and unbalanced energies to bring everything into balance. This is one big major source of unbalanced energy. And for the longest time, I believed it was on the microcosm level, but now I know it's on the macro level. So we need to understand it from its inception, from the origin of the prey predator syndrome. Now, when I started to be open to exploring this, and I feel prepared enough to step into the arena of the public forum of life and share this, I started to all of a sudden literally just started typing, and a story came out. So I'm going to read the beginning of the story. And whether it's the beginning of a book or I don't know what it's going to be down the road, but right now I'm going to read the beginning of the story because it really kind of helps paint the picture of where this came from and how it's affecting us. And then I'll talk a little bit more maybe about that, but I really want to take you through an experience to help lift some of this out of your programming, lift some of this out of your field, because it's really deeply embedded. Okay. So I'm going to begin with reading. You can watch me read if you want. My eyes are going to go to my sheet and they're going to move back and forth. But if you feel to, you could close your eyes and just listen to the story and feel into the story. Place your hand on your heart so you know you're good. and let's just see where we go. And I feel like I probably will open up for some questions at some point at the end if there needs to be, but just be open to exploring it for now. This is the origin story for the prey predator seed or syndrome. Embedded deep in our collective consciousness resides a seed of programming that fosters fear, separation, anxiety, worry, doubt, confusion, conflict, competition, violence, war, judgment, suspicion, entitlement, survival, greed, inferiority, and superiority. It is called the prey predator syndrome. While some talk about the seeds of war that have been planted on Mother Earth and in the collective consciousness of humanity, it is important to understand that the seed for the prey predator syndrome precedes all other seeds. In other words, the seeds of war are secondary and are fed by the prey predator syndrome. It began with the inception of duality. In the beginning, there was Source, a divine essence that existed before polarity, before duality, before creation. It is the One, eternal, boundless, limitless, and pure. It is an essence of divinity that cannot be defined or fully described using words, because words limit the limitless nature of it. Source cannot be fully understood at the level of mind. It can only be experienced, remembered, and understood at the level of heart and soul. It is the pure energy of oneness that allows us to experience our interconnectedness to all that is, all that was, and all that will ever be. Oneness is a source. Oneness is source, and source is oneness. Within oneness, there is no separation, no individual experience, no witness, no observer, and no thing to observe. It just is. When Source wanted to experience itself, two extensions of its energy were created, and polarity came into existence. Polarity is the positive and negative charge, positive and negative charged energy that became the seeds of pure potentiality, the seeds of creation. Polarity is balanced light and balanced dark energy in its rawest, purest form. Like yin and yang, light and dark energy balance each other and work harmoniously and symbiotically. The seeds of creation allow Source to experience energy as an extension of oneness through the expression of individuation. It is the light and dark energy together in balance that allows us to see, sense, feel, and experience creation on all levels of awareness. It is essential to remember that polarity is not the same as duality. The duality split came after and quickly became the catalyst for division, conflict, and the wound of separation. This is also where the prey predator seed was planted and began to grow and infect consciousness. Polarity is an expression of Source through balanced light and balanced dark energy. Duality came into existence when polarity was forced to split from two individual expressions of energy into four. That split created the presence of balanced light energy and unbalanced light energy, and balanced dark energy and unbalanced dark energy. These four energy forms have existed and have informed creation for millions of years. When humanity came into form, we had access to all four of these energies, but the unbalanced energies were strongly enforced and acted as a force of interference as they imposed their will, overriding the initial vision and intention for this human life classroom on Mother Earth. Once free will was introduced, the unbalanced energies evolved to become the power-hungry force that wants to take control, creating more experiences of division and separation, embedded with fear and conflict. It feeds off of fear and consumes energy as it entices it to transform into more unbalanced energies. The balanced light and dark energies can still be experienced as polarity, but most people are programmed and conditioned to experience life through the lens of duality and unbalanced energies. That is why most people's lives are built on a foundation riddled with fear. The prey-predator syndrome is one of the seeds of fear perpetuated by the unbalanced energies in an attempt to interfere, deceive, take control, and manipulate humanity. It is the root cause that keeps us from recognizing and embodying our full potential and power. The prey-predator syndrome is intentionally designed to weaken, to disempower, to dampen our human potential, to hide our divine gifts and keep everyone living in a constant state of fear. It keeps us believing that we are vulnerable and that there is always an enemy out there somewhere that could attack at any moment. Like a prey animal, we are never fully relaxed or have our guard down because there is always a potential predator stalking or hunting us from the shadows or chasing us and keeping us running scared. This prey mentality and emotionality keeps us in a constant state of anxiety, worry, concern, caution, and fear. While we have learned to adapt and navigate life from a place of fear and survival, we don't realize it consciously. It is running an old program in the background of our subconscious, and the body is always on guard and afraid of a potential threat. Imagine a deer grazing in a field. As a prey animal, a deer will have heightened radar for what's around them at all times. If they hear a noise, they instantly tense up and look around for potential threat or a predator. They are on alert and ready to run until they figure out if there is indeed a threat or not. Now imagine a lion resting in the shade under a tree. As a predator, a lion can fully relax without heightened concern about being attacked. If the lion hears a noise, it will either casually look around or maybe even think that the noise indicates a potential meal, a possible prey in the vicinity. It is generally not alarmed unless it is a lioness that needs to protect her cubs from potential predators, or the lion is threatened by another predator, like humans hunting for sport. I invite you now to imagine an animal that is normally considered prey living on an island without any predators. They would hear a noise, look up and respond without the embedded fear of being attacked. They may become alert and aware, but not stiffen up in fear, preparing to run for their life. We live in a society where the prey-predator syndrome is deeply embedded in everyone, in every experience, and in every moment. Whether we realize it or not, this syndrome is playing out in the background. There is a tendency for each of us to be influenced more by one or the other, feeling like prey, or being more conditioned to feel or act like a predator. It is also important to keep in mind that the predator roles are not always aggressive or attacking behaviors. They can be subtle, deeply manipulative, and even appear to be disguised as acts of kindness or caring. In most cases, people don't even realize they are being manipulated or being manipulative. More often than not, the syndrome is playing out in the background and within our most hidden blind spots. As we explore how this role plays out in humanity, I will begin with how it affects men and women. Yes, this is a generalization for the sake of providing a deeper understanding, so bear with me. Generally speaking, women are more conditioned to be dominated by the prey energy, while men are more conditioned to be dominated or highly influenced by the predator energy. Most women walking down the street will have a heightened awareness of their surroundings. They may cross the road to avoid potential threats. Many have been taught to be prepared for self-defense and to avoid unsafe situations. Women have been conditioned to hide or be objectified. We need to hide our sexuality so we don't attract unwanted attention. In some cultures, women are required to cover up and hide their bodies, showing only their eyes. Women often feel uneasy and can sense the energy and tensions behind a man acting towards them and looking at them. Yes, men can have similar experiences as women, and some men experience more of the prey energy rather than being dominated by the predator energy. Remember, I'm using this as an example to paint a picture of understanding of common conditioning that we have endured in history, and in many ways we are still facing. Now I'm about to stretch your minds as I explain what is happening on the macrocosm level. I'm not sure how far I'll go into this, but I'm going to share a little bit. As I have explained, the unbalanced energies that are power-hungry force that is trying to control and manipulate us while feeding off our fear. These energies come into play in many different ways, and it's a form of external interference. Unbalanced energies are fighting to survive, to spread, to duplicate, in an attempt to take full control and consume all energies and convert them into unbalanced energies. The unbalanced energies spread like an infection, causing more destruction, suffering, fear, disharmony, conflict, division, and separation. It is a form of interference because it is interfering with our free will and using deceit and manipulation to keep us playing small and never realizing our true divine potential. Now I'm going to pause there. And I just want you to feel how you feel. And notice how that awareness and that understanding makes you feel. This is chronic. This is not new. And this is deep, deep, deep wounds, deep, deep fear. And I'm here holding you all. We're here holding each other. If you can, just stay within with your eyes closed. This prey-predator syndrome is embedded in so many ways. It affects us in the way of money. It affects our relationships. It affects our work. It affects every choice we make, whether we realize it or not. And it's a film, like a saran wrap film, that causes us to look through a filter of fear. And although I've been aware of it for a long time, I wasn't aware just how deeply embedded it was until this last couple weeks. And I was able to lift it out of my field and lift it out completely and shift all of that programming. So there is a way to free yourself from the prison of it. But as long as we aren't aware of it, or as long as it's in a blind spot, it remains in the background. So today with everyone, my intention is to invite you to clear what aspects of it, if not all of it, that you can clear, to heal and begin to recover from being in this prison of fear or this prison of being predator. And there are ways that women have been predator as well. It's not just a male and female thing. We have both playing out one way or another. And we've used it as a form of protection, keeping us safe. The ego has used it and hijacked it and has it deeply embedded in that programming as well, to keep us playing small or to puff us up and make us feel powerful. But we don't need to be plagued by this any longer. And now that we are aware of it, we get to choose. We get to choose to continue to hold it, to let that seed be still being watered somewhere in our energy field, or to remove it, to remove the programming and the beliefs and the thoughts and the energy and the emotions that all go along with it. Now, some of you may not be able to move this all together all at once, and many of you will find that you will be able to heal some aspects of it, but need to explore other aspects of it, heal parts that are left over. It's going to bump up against some leftovers. That's purposeful. Remember that you can reach out for support. Talk to a friend, talk to someone you trust, talk to someone who can listen. Receive some professional support if you need to. Because there are real traumas and real wounds that have occurred in our lives based on this prey predator syndrome. I invite you to take a deeper breath than what you're breathing right now. And just take a moment for appreciation and gratitude for the awareness, for shining light on this aspect, this hidden programming, this hidden seed embedded. This would cross many lifetimes, many timelines. This has affected you and infected you from the beginning, from the inception of your soul. When your soul first extended out of source. When you became the seed of creation to create your own unique experiences as a soul, as a being of consciousness, as an extension of source. Right from the beginning, this has impacted you. So we are going to clear it right from the beginning. For you, for me, for all that are ready, willing, and saying yes. There is a choice here because we do have free will. So the invitation is to make the choice. So yes, thank you. I'm willing. Yes, thank you. I'm here. Yes, thank you. I'm choosing. And we're going to begin by clearing any scattered energy that's in your energy field related to this. But first, we're going to ground. So begin with a brand new grounding cord from the tailbone down into the earth, wrapping around the core. That's your electrical grounding cord, releasing any electrical scattered energy down that cord. And then we're going to add a second coil wrapping around that cord. This is the magnetic grounding cord, so it becomes an electromagnetic grounding cord, releasing any electrical scattered energy related to our thoughts or beliefs, any magnetic scattered energy related to our emotions, our feelings, our frequency can all go down to be transmuted by Mother Earth, to be balanced and harmonized. And some of it can be transmuted and returned to us. Like the roots of a tree, we can draw that energy back up if it's purposeful, but trust that will happen if it's purposeful. And lifting your crown chakra, the energy center on the top of your head, the seventh energy center, lifting it off the top of your head if it's not already, hovering it so that it's about a foot above you, so that allows you to process through the physical body and through the first 7 layers of your field a little bit more efficiently, creating some space. Take another breath. We are first going to give back, offer back any and all energies, frequencies, wounding, beliefs, thoughts, emotions, or anything that you're carrying in your field, anything you witnessed, anything that's you've picked up along the way or taken from other people in an attempt to help them or alleviate their pain or suffering, anything that's not yours, particularly in relationship to the prey predator syndrome, we are sending back, offering back to the rightful owners. In doing this, we are giving it back. It is a gift because as long as you are carrying it, it's a burden for you. And as long as you're carrying it, they cannot heal it. It must go back to the rightful owners. If you're willing, just say yes, thank you, and we'll activate that now. Take some deep breaths, allowing everything that's not yours to go back to the rightful owners. Now, this is going across all timelines, all dimensions, all realms, all planes of consciousness, all beings everywhere, all situations without exception. So for some of you, you may be feeling the energy. And if you don't, that's okay. Just trust it is happening because it's happening. I can feel it happening. I can feel the energy. I can see it occurring. And if you don't feel the energy, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything. It just means some people just aren't as sensitive to energy than others. For others, you may be feeling emotions washing up. Let the emotions have space. If you feel tears, if grief, sadness, let it have space. If you feel anger or frustration or irritation, let yourself have the expression of that energy. Let the energy have its outlet. Let it have the movement so that it can express itself and release or transmute. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. Your expression of that emotion allows it to move and be released. Beautiful. Now, before we can clear, we need to call back anything and everything that is ours, that is out there somewhere, that we projected onto a situation, we projected onto another person, we placed in someone else's hands because maybe we didn't feel capable or we felt helpless or we felt like a victim, and we put it in someone else's hands thinking that they were the answer, that they could help us. No judgment about what we did in the past, just an intention and a choice to call everything back that's yours. Because as long as it's out there, you cannot heal it. It needs to be in your field, back where it belongs with you, so that you can heal it fully, wholly, and completely. If you're willing to call back any and all that's yours, say yes, thank you now. I call back any and all energies that are mine. I reclaim them all so that I can heal as deeply as possible, as fully as possible. So for some of you, this may feel heavy coming in. That's okay. You may feel lightened up by sending everything that's not yours out. Your stuff coming back may feel like a big mountain just plopped on you. It's okay. It's temporary. Breathe. Be with me. Hold steady. You've got this. I have complete faith in you to do this. You would not be here if you weren't ready, if you weren't capable. Trust yourself and trust my faith in you. You've got this. Now we're going to start to stir it into the central line. Imagine that central channel, that central pillar is wide, wide open. This beautiful light that runs from below your feet all the way through the top of the crown. The energy can go out, the energy can go down and out or up and out. This is a clearing channel. It's a receiving channel, but it's also a beautiful channel for clearing. We're going to stir anything and everything into the central channel at this time and be wide open to a miracle. Some of this stuff you may have been plagued for a long time. Some of it can be stirred in and healed instantly, miraculously. Don't think that just because it's been a long time or you're still processing it, that it needs more time. Maybe, just maybe, it could heal instantly. In a holy instant, you could let it go and free yourself from that prison. These mini prisons that are under the umbrella of the main prison of the prey predator syndrome, all of them you can free yourself from. Some of them need a little bit more steps. Some of them will just instantly go. Let them. If they're ready and willing to do that, if they're capable, let it happen. Don't meet all of this in your humanness. Recognize that your divine self, your higher self, is here meeting you. And your soul knows exactly what you need, exactly how you need it. Let your soul override your human fear or question or doubt. Let yourself heal whatever is meant to heal now. If it doesn't need any further processing, let it go up and out. Let it find the path of least resistance. You don't need to suffer. You don't need to hold on longer. That's all part of the prey predator syndrome. That's all part of keeping us trapped in these vulnerable levels of consciousness. Feeling weak, feeling incapable. That's not who you are. That's not the truth of who you are. You are powerful beyond measure. You are worthy beyond proof. You are worthy of this freedom. You are worthy of feeling light and free of this. Take some more deep breaths. Anything that you need to know, let it be brought to my heart to be understood. You can say that. Anything I need to know, let it be brought to my heart to be understood. The rest I release and I trust. I trust that I got what I needed. I let it go and I free myself now. I choose to free myself now. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Any and all ways that the prey predator syndrome is influencing you, influencing any of us, let it be brought into the light of awareness if necessary, and or let it be processed, healed, and released. Let it be transmuted from unbalanced energy into energy that will serve, balanced energy that will empower, that will inspire, that will uplift you, that will let you expand into your divinity unapologetically, let you stand up inside yourself and say, this is who I am. I am an expression of source and I'm here for a reason. And I choose to fulfill my soul mission. I choose to fulfill my divine assignments. Nothing can stop me, not even my own ego. This ego is embedded in this. Ego is tangled up in this. So making a choice to not allow the ego to play out in this context as well. Take some more deep breaths. Now begin to invite the energy of love and compassion into your heart, the energy of empathy. And compassion, I'm talking about divine compassion, divine love, not human compassion, where there's an embedded suffering in that. Divine compassion, divine love, pure love. Meet yourself. Be gentle. All aspects of you that are still wounded, that feel like they're still imprisoned or suffering, meet those parts of you. Meet that little girl or that little boy that was 5 years old and went through a trauma. Meet that little part of you or any aspects of you that's afraid. Meet it with love. Meet it with compassion. Embrace all aspects of yourself with empathy, with gentleness. You are loved. You are innocent. You are whole, with or without your wounds. You are whole, with or without your trauma. You are whole. You are worthy. You are loved. No matter what. Even if you played the role as prey, even if you played the role as predator, all can be forgiven. But it begins with forgiving yourself and forgiving what happened. Forgiving doesn't mean we forget. Forgiving doesn't even mean that what happened was right or wrong. Forgiving is you choosing to free yourself from any burdens, anything that you're carrying that is just keeping you stuck, held back. Anything and everything that's keeping you hiding. And you don't even need to step out into the arena. You don't even need to speak your truth in the world. You just need to own the truth within you, first and foremost. Speak your truth to that part of you that's afraid. Speak your truth to that part of you that's hiding. Be willing to shine on the inside. Be willing to turn that beautiful inner pilot light up, to expand love from within, to expand the balanced energies that are within you, to meet the unbalanced energies and choose to transmute them. Meet the fear inside of you with love and let love expand. Let fear be transmuted. Free yourself from the fear. And any aspects that you feel that you can't quite let go of, or you can't quite transmute, or you can't quite get to, or you can't quite change, love those parts. Meet the fear, even if it doesn't change. Meet it with love. Meet it with compassion. Meet it with patience. Meet it with gentleness and tenderness. And if there's a part of you, a younger version of you, that is still sitting in the trauma and doesn't want to come out of its hiding spot, doesn't want to come out of their safety, it's okay. I see you. I honor you. I love you no matter what. Whatever you need to say to that part of you, say it. Whatever that part of you needs to hear, say it. Whatever that part of you yearned to hear all those years ago, say it. Be the compassionate parent. Be the loving presence now for all aspects of you that needed it at some time, or maybe still need it at this time. Be that for yourself. It is in being that for ourselves that we can be that for others. Being the compassionate witness and the loving presence for ourselves allows us to even more so be the loving presence and the compassionate witness for others. And some of you may find it easier to do that for others, but hard to do it for yourself. But what I'm telling you is the more you do it for yourself, the more you're going to be capable. You're going to expand your capacity to do that for others. Your capacity won't be absent to do that for others, but it will expand if you do that for yourself as well. You will become a brighter light in this world. You become a beacon, but you will also feel lighter. You will also free your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, your energy field. You will feel a freedom and a lightness, a levitating experience of being here in this world. And you will be able to handle what's going on around you. You'll be able to navigate it with love, with grace, with more ease and flow. It will be challenging, yes, but you won't feel so bombarded by the triggers, because life isn't going to bump up against your leftovers so much, because you're clearing and healing and letting go of those pieces. You're not holding on to things, trauma and pain and suffering inside because you're afraid. You're freeing yourself from them. And in doing so, you free yourself to meet the challenges in life without the triggers being so deep and painful. This is for your freedom. First and foremost, it's for you. And you deserve it. You're worthy. You're ready. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't be here. If your soul wasn't saying, oh no, she's not ready, your soul would direct you somewhere else. But your soul is directing you here, listening right here, right now. Whether you're listening live or the replay, which is live for you in the moment, it's always live. This is for you right here, right now. Lifting the energy up and out, activating that sail to tail, that light between the right and left brain hemisphere, lighting up your spine all the way down to your tailbone, all the way up the front, really feeling that beautiful sovereign space. This is my energy field, my space. And your energy field in your space is sacred. It's your sovereign space. It's your space to be a beautiful divine expression of divinity, to be animated by the loving source that you are, to be the beautiful expression of source, the individuation of creation of source. That is who you are. You are not fear. You are not the prey-predator syndrome. You are not unbalanced energies. You are none of those things. You are not interference. You are not a bad person. You are not fundamentally wrong. You are not a mistake. You are beautiful, brilliant, capable of so much more than we've been programmed to believe, way more powerful than we realize. And when we use that power in a balanced way, we can empower ourselves and empower and uplift others just by our presence. And there's a part of you that's connecting to this truth. And there may be a part of you that's resisting it. Meet that part of resistance with love. It's okay. Deep breath. We have been taught through the prey-predator syndrome to be more afraid of our pure potential, our innate divine power source. We are more afraid of it than we are afraid of fear. That's something we've been taught. We don't need to hold that fear anymore. If you're willing to release that fear, you say, yes, thank you, and offer it over, physically offer it over. Let it go. I choose not to be afraid of my light anymore. And any parts of me that are, I meet them with love. But I'm making a conscious choice now to embrace the truth of who I am, to know and remember the truth of who I am. I am not limited. I am limitless. I am not bound and imprisoned. I am boundless. I'm eternal. As you repeat those words to yourself, feel the truth within you, and any aspects of you that contract, recognize that that is just a little part of you that's afraid. Meet that contraction with love. Meet that part of you with patience, with compassion. Take another deep breath and exhale. Continue to stir anything into your heart center, to the central channel. Anything that needs to be processed, just stir it in. Begin there. Witness it, honor it, process it, let it be expressed in a healthy, balanced way. Anger is an energy that just needs an expression, and there's healthy ways to express it. Energies that are unbalanced often need a witness. Witness them, and then invite them to transmute, or invite them to clear and let Mother Earth transmute them. You can heal way more than you think you can, especially when we meet things on the level of energy, frequency, and emotionality. We can do a lot in that space. Invite the feeling of oneness within you now. Oneness with all the parts of you, all aspects of yourself that have returned, all aspects of yourself that may be still hiding a little bit or worried or afraid. It's okay. Meet them with love. Feel the oneness within and around you. And then feel that beautiful source point in your heart. That connection to your home, to your source. That source of oneness from the beginning that is pure, clear, clean. Some more deep breaths. Bringing that energy of oneness, that feeling of connection to your source. It's always there. It's like a pilot light that never goes out. That source point is always there. We may bury it with fear. We may find we feel disconnected from it, but you can never really truly disconnect from your source because your source is within you and all around you. We are deeply connected to it. And it's a connection that can never be severed. Breathe into nurturing that connection, appreciating that connection, even if it feels like a trickle, even if it feels like a big fire hose, whatever it is, just feel that connection and appreciate whatever's there without judgment, without needing to change it or expand it. Just appreciate what is in this moment. You may feel different, you may not. You may feel lighter, you may feel heavier. It's okay. You got this. You can process the rest of this. You can come back to this and listen to the replay over and over again and clear more pieces and align more pieces. And for some of you, you may even be guided to go to the live healing experience that I did last week, where we withdrew old consent and claimed our sovereign space. Reclaiming your sovereignty, that consent and heart declaration was powerful. You could do that one again. And those of you that don't or haven't tried it or haven't gone to that, you can go to heartbedliving.com/live and you can get the replay through that. Whatever you need, your heart will lead you because that is where your soul is guiding you. That is where your soul knows and sees exactly what you need within your humanness. It will guide you to the individuals. It will guide you to the books. It will guide you to the audios. It will guide you to the experiences, whether it's taking a nap or going for a walk. Your heart will lead you to exactly what you need. Your heart wants to lead you to the space where you remember, where you've healed all the ways you've forgotten, you've healed all the leftovers, and you remember the truth of who you are. Your heart and soul want that for you and are guiding you in every single moment toward experiences that will allow you to shine light on your leftovers and remember the truth of who you are. Your heart holds the key. Your internal GPS has all the steps you need in the moment you need them, moment to moment. Listen to the breadcrumbs, follow the breadcrumbs, Take another deep breath. When you feel ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back. I invite you to be gentle with yourself. Gentle, gentle. Be kind. Nurture nourishing things today. And I honor your courage to be here and take this journey with me. I honor your light and willingness to be, to show up differently in the world than how most of the world is showing up right now, just from fear. And the times that you feel fear and you show up as fear, it's okay. It's not a judgment. But the more you can show up as love, the more it's a gift for you and for all. You can feel free to share in the chat if you want to share how you feel. Maybe 1 or 2 words, or you might even share a little bit. I feel like a lot of you are still processing and there's going to be stuff going on. So next week I have another Living Oneness experience. So next Thursday, we will continue a little bit on this thread just to make sure everybody's kind of come full circle and feeling complete around that. If there's other pieces that you need to explore during the week, be open, be willing. You might listen back to this again and get another piece of the puzzle when you have another level of awareness. It can help you. It can also help you process those things if you're feeling like you're struggling. And again, remember, if you need help, please reach out and ask for help from somebody. If you need a private session with me, reach out for a private session. If there's someone in your life that you feel that can support you and hold space for you, reach out and do that. Within the community, the social community that we have, the community site, you can even share in there and receive some support in that space. It's a safe space as well to share and to support each other. This is a big wound and awareness, but it's actually very exciting because the freedom and the lightness you'll feel on the other side of it is incredible. I shifted it on Monday, I think, Tuesday. And I felt like lightness. I've had lightness, you know me, I got a lot of lightness going right now, but I felt so much lighter, and a weight that I didn't even know was there got lifted. And I started to kind of experience and meet things in my life differently. And it's only been a couple days. This is something I've been working on for a decade, but I'm ready now to share it because I've come out the other side of the majority bulk of it, the release of it. I really needed to see that piece before I started to share it. Because if I would have started sharing this message before Tuesday, I would have been speaking through that filter of prey predator syndrome. I would have been teaching about the prey predator syndrome with a filter of prey predator in place. So I'm able to actually speak from that place now without it coming through in the message. So the message that's coming through is clean, clear, and pure about it. And I'm hoping that it landed where it needed to land in the way that you needed it to land. And I honor your process, and I know that you are more than capable of moving through this right now. So if your own belief in yourself wavers, borrow my knowing in you, my faith and my knowing about you is solid. So borrow my belief, borrow my faith, borrow my knowing until yours amplifies and kicks in more. I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for sharing. Feel free to share in the social community. You can share by responding to the replay email if you need to. I want to hear how you feel and how this has impacted you, because I really believe that this is a very key piece to what's happening right now in the world, and the conflict and the acceleration of conflict and the acceleration of attack and violence and war is from this seed. And when we free ourselves individually, we can influence the collective, and that's why we're here. So I thank you all. I see you. I honor you. I appreciate you more than words. Until next time, love and blessings.